Hi friends! We're going to talk about artist trading cards today. So artist trading cards are like having artist pen pals. So you don't have to write a letter, you just draw them a little picture. So this is one a friend sent me a couple summers ago. It's cute. She also wrote me a little note to go along with it. Isn't it adorable? And then I just received one the other day. And so she also drew me, she knows I like gardens and flowers. And then on the back, she wrote a little note of some of her favorite things. So I know what to draw back. And some of the things that she liked were otters, chocolate croissants, flowers, and then she wrote some of her favorite colors down, like lavender and sky blue, mint green, and things like that. So the first thing I did was I used my pencil and I very lightly sketched out what I was going to do. Why do I draw lightly? Because that way I can erase and make changes if need to. So I draw really, really lightly. And then I had these colored pencils. They were new for me. These are metallic and they're actual graphite pencils and they're water soluble. So I used my little aqua pen here. I love this thing. I can take it traveling with me if I want to, and it's just like a little watercolor brush. It works real easy. So these are some of my tools. I have a little scrap piece of paper so I can test things on and to see colors or shapes or how to draw stuff. And I will show you right now how I very, very, very lightly filled in. I'm like barely touching it. You probably can barely even see it on the camera. It's so, so light. And I will show you in just a minute a little bit more up close. And you'll see in a second. I'm going to turn it around because you can do that. You can turn it around if it's a little bit easier. You certainly do not have to always keep your picture straight up. Whatever's easiest for your wrist. There we go. All right. You can see how lightly I drew that, right? And now we're going to take, you do not have to use watercolor pencils. This is just what I had, and I wanted to have fun with it. Now the magic happens. And my little otter friend is in the water. So it kind of made sense to me to make it look kind of watery. I have to be very, very careful around the flowers because I don't want to activate my flowers. I did the flowers last night and I let them dry. So hopefully they won't bleed into my water. You can see how doing the water, it actually makes it darker. And I want to be very careful around my little otter guy here. And especially around his whiskers, because I don't want to activate the whiskers. And see how I'm being careful. And on the back of this, I might write a little note. You can always write some of your favorite things. If you send it to someone, you can always write some of your favorite things if they want to write back, but don't be upset if they don't. remember, it's a little gift. So we don't have any expectations, but it is fun. My daughter got one in our mailbox yesterday, and so she made one right away and sent it off back to her friend. And that is, it's good if you can do it right away, because if you don't do it right away, sometimes you kind of forget about it. Have you ever done that before? Okay. Being very careful. Make that blend a little bit better. All right, almost finished. So I used my paint pen once all my little flowers were dry. I used my paint pen to do the inside of the flower dots. So I'm going to finish those up as soon as I'm done with the water, because it's nice to add details, right? You add those little details, they make a big difference. Okay. There we go. And then on the back, I will write something and send it off in my envelope and mail it to her. So you may notice that there's different sizes here, and that's okay. I think the, what happened to the other one? Here it is. The traditional size is 2.5 by 3.5 inches, which is this little guy. But I had these papers around the house. I always keep lots of little scrap pieces of paper, so I just used that. And this friend just cut the size that fit into her envelope. So that's what we went with, what she went with, and that's totally fine. So why don't you make a little trading card, something artistic that you think the other person would enjoy, and send it off to them and brighten their day.